Today, South Korea is one of the most connected countries in the world. Children grow up with smartphones, high-speed internet, video games, and streaming everywhere. But just 50 or 60 years ago, childhood in Korea looked completely different. No smartphones, no online games, and in many rural homes, not even a television. So what did Korean children do all day? For many children in the 1960s and 1970s, the day started early. Especially in rural villages, school could be far from home. Children walked along dirt roads, past rice fields and small streams, and headed to school together. There were no parents waiting in cars. There were no school buses stopping in front of every house. Children simply walked, and even that walk to school became part of the day's adventure. Clothes were simple. Many families could not afford new clothes every year. Shirts, jackets, and pants were often handed down from older brothers or sisters. Shoes were practical, and expensive school supplies were rare. But once school ended, something changed. The whole village became a giant playground. There were no game consoles, so children created their own fun. They played marbles on the ground. They spun tops. They jumped rope. They flew handmade kites. Even stones and sticks could become toys. The toys were simple, but the fun lasted for hours. A single marble could feel like treasure. A wooden top could turn into a serious neighborhood competition. Summer brought a different kind of playground. On hot days, children ran to streams and small rivers. There were no water parks nearby. A shallow stream was enough. They caught tiny fish, splashed water at each other, and stayed outside until someone from home called them back. Winter brought another kind of joy. Frozen fields and icy ponds became places to run, slide, and laugh together. But childhood was not only about play. Many children also helped their families. In farming villages, they carried water, collected firewood, fed chickens, or helped with small tasks in the fields. Today, those things may sound like chores. Back then, they were simply part of daily family life. And then there was television. At first, not every home had one. So when one family in the village owned a TV, both adults and children often gathered together to watch it. Today, one family may have many screens. Back then, one television could bring half the neighborhood into one room. A popular program could turn a small house into a village theater. Food also made ordinary days feel special. A sweet snack, a bottle of soda, or a piece of fruit was not something children could enjoy every day. That is why school picnic days felt so exciting. A lunch packed from home, a boiled egg, and a few simple treats could feel like a feast. It was not because the food was expensive. It felt special because it was rare. Of course, life in Korea during those years was not easy. The country was growing quickly, but many families still lived with very limited resources. So this is not a story about a perfect childhood. It is a story about children who turned very little into something unforgettable. Then, within just a few decades, everything changed. Dirt roads became paved streets. Televisions entered almost every home. Then came computers. Then the internet. Then smartphones. And with them came a completely different kind of childhood. But when people who grew up in those years look back, they do not begin with what they lacked. They remember the friends who waited outside, They remember the sound of children filling the village. They remember the stream in summer and the frozen ground in winter. And they remember the simple games that somehow lasted until sunset. Before smartphones filled their hands, the whole neighborhood was their playground.